I am a little sorry that I'm not even prepared for the video, so if no one's here, I might not start it. Okay. Get a little light on. I'm going to get something to drink. Just give me a second. Good evening. It's going to be a short video, just a preparation video of thinking for myself. I come on here and I do it for myself. I need to remember. I don't want to forget. My greatest memory is somebody else remembering for me. And that's why I do these videos. If you just find a common way of sharing, just give me a minute. And my first thing I want to do is, good evening, Robin. Yo. You know what I was thinking today is that TH is 28 and THE is 33. This one is also 10. This one is also 06, which makes them actually the reverse of each other. If you're looking down at a cube, this one would create 7. This one would end up creating 3. All zeros equal 6. And the dice cube just tells me that story. There's no more than 6. Either it's 6 this way or 6 this way. Most probably everything gets connected when this one turns on an angle and joins two sides. There's a difference with your design. When you look at it, if I draw a straight line, I'm going to get this in its own row. I'm going to get these 2 in a row. I'm going to get these 2 in a row, and I'm going to get 1. I'm going to get 1, 2, 2, 1, and there's a math equation with it. I don't know what it is. 12, 21. I wonder if it has anything to do with 3. 12, 21. Whoop. 12, 20. 1221 divided by 3 equals to 407. By the way, that would say God. It would also say Jesus, time, cross, and you're going to get a whole lot of stuff that comes with. I'm seeing other things that come with, even number 55 that comes along with it. And how do you want to look at what is 55? So this is God. The 7th letter is a G, and the 4th letter is a D, and that's an O in between, so that says dog or God backwards. This is the 6, the singularity 6. This is the not the only thing, but when you have dog, you have D, M, V. When you have G, you have G, P, Y. When you have O, you have F, O, X, because those are the position in the alphabet. And that's strict A1, Z26. I'm not talking about Chaldean. I'm not talking about gematria. Okay. Now here's TV. See, it's T and then V. I'm a little bit all over the place, like usual. A lot of things to talk about. Never sure if I'll remember. But here is TV. I was really not sure. You know, I just, you know, I'm pretty new at the art. So I got TV here, and then I flipped it upside down here, and it's starting to show me that it's like, you know, and this is, I don't know, I'm just looking at a waterway. Which way is it going? Is it water passing under the tunnel from this side? Is it angled? Is there a corridor? I'm just trying to see. I mean, look at the L's, the bucket L's. I'm just trying to see one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. I'm just looking what else we can get out of this. I would do the same thing here And then the same thing here. If you didn't notice, okay, when this began, okay, this showed the number 8 on the side. So one dimension would give me the 8. Hold on a second. When you're designing in, I don't know, this way, I don't know what it's called. I'm not a big artist here. And just trying to see which other way this is supposed to be going. That can go this way. That can go this way. Then there's a valley point in between here. Not sure if you can see this. Is it this way or is it this way? And there's another valley point here. So there's a valley point in here, and there's like a passage in between this V over here. I don't know if I want to call this land up here, but there's definitely a passing over here. I like to look at T. I have to create more designs. Trying to figure out what design this is going to do to show me what T is actually trying to show me, besides connecting two pipes together and then coming out over here. I like to think of this word is number 28, and that would be man. So this would be female. When I add the E, this is 6 and this is 1. One is the opposite of the other on the cube. One is male, one is female. Is it possible we have our lines tied, that the 29th day is a birthday, a cycle day in February, but yet in here this is relating to mass. This 33 is relating to mass. The reverse of 33 is 44, and it's related to space. It's created from Earth. If I get this right, I'm just looking for the equation of 44. Yes, here it is. The equation is right here. 84 or 48 will reduce into 44, and that's a difference of 4, and that's a difference of 40. So what is this? The value of this in singular word is Pluto and Sun. It is also part of 1 and 2. Why? Because 4 times 2 is 8. It's the same thing. 4 is half of 8. So 1 and 2, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 4 is 8. So it's the same thing. It's just different levels. 21, 21, 21, 21. 84. What do we get over here? 60. I'm just 16, 16, 16, 48. So is there another way to do it that I get 4 of them, or is this really the way it's supposed to be? 1 set of 4, 1 set of 3. I don't know, but when you call me up with the phone, with the telephone, we get sets of 4s and sets of 3s, and that's what DC is set up to do. The 3s and the 4s, the with and the without. Let me take a look and read it. Hey, Mighty Messer, what's up? TV flanked around you. TV flanked around you. Captivates you. Yes, absolutely. Well, not me. Well, yes, I guess so. Oh, yes. Next time that happens, I'm shutting the video off and I'm just starting again. We, you, 2833. 28, 10, 33. Wow, I like that. We, you, me. Yes, very good. Wow. So the other one that's missing with that is this one here, this 33 over here. I don't like all the shadows. This 33 over here. 3 by 4 association, 3 by 7 association. 21. How do we get 21? I love this. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10. 5 and 6 equals to 11. 2 different areas. Is there any other way to get to 48? Yeah, 24 by 2. But the thing about this one here, if you take a look, it'd be 7, 7, 7, and this one would be 3, 3, 3, 3. So the multiplication of this is 343, or CDC. plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 21, equals to 364 days of the 13-moon cycle. It's not for nothing they said Yeshua was the freedom of 777, because it comes out in words. How do they vibrate it onto us of who is what, who is he, coming out in words and numbers. Give me a second. Noise outside. So now I've seen comments before of where 7 and 3 mean something. The one thing about 37 is that 3 by 37 is 111. This is the center of 666. When you add them together, it's 777. Where do I get this? The roulette table has 36 numbers, although there are 38. When you add 1 through 36, it equals to 666. So the center of the board is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And the crisscross of all the numbers, Union Jack, is right over here. And when you create this, number 14, 1 and 4, 5, number 23, 2 and 3, 5, and down here, number 32, 3 and 2, 5. So which one are we going to work with? 3 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 4? Is this the house we should be in, the dividing of the cube, the mirror? Or are we living between 32 and 32? Through the sun, crossing over into T. The 17, 18, 19 are special over most of these numbers because of what the French say. The design in this, this is the way it's connected one way with the 20. So it's going to be 111, take away 17. It's going to be 94 and 17. And the other way will be 91 and 20. These are going to be the two different cubes, the inverted cube. First, I designed the cube using number 20. Now I'm going to design the cube using number 17. See the way we got the two Mercedes signs cutting into each other? And by the way, the roulette table is not designed this way. It's designed more. This is not going to be the exact diagram, because in order to do the exact diagram, I have to follow all these relationships. And there's a center. Yes, there's a center here, and there's a center here, so I can have a center. Anyway, so it'll be like this. Now, it's not enough, because usually it takes up more space, so it's still not going to look like what I want. It's not going to look like what I want. I should have went 3 by 4 maybe. But anyways, we're just going to do it this way. We're going to go from here to here, and from here, we're going to go to here. Here, we're going to go over to here. Is this the dreidel? And here, we're going to go over to here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here we're going to go over to here, and then go over to here. And now we're going to finish off the design by coming into the center over here, and then out to the center over here. And here is what you see in the center of the roulette board. That. It only happens in one spot. And this area is number 17. If I do it the other way, you'll see number 20. We stand on 17. Where is 21? 21 is right here. 18 and 21. This is what happens when you go to the baseball game and it's the bottom of the 6th inning. The student. It's the bottom of the 6th inning. They start to sing a song. One team, the home team, has 18 outs, and they're going to play their 7th inning. The visiting team has 21 outs, and they're the ones on the field right now. And that's this design over here. The reason, yeah, this is 4 times 8, 4 plus 8 will equal to 44. And that's Pluto and the sun. And this is day and night. When they divide day and night, this is what we get. Why? Because of the mathematics. 4 times 4, 16. 4 plus 4, 8. How many hours in a day? 24. The day is twice the night. That's the way it is. The house planet of the halfway life spirit. Halfway, because when you do math and you calculate how to measure, we don't need these two to measure. These two will take the same idea as this one. All I need is this one, and this one. I'll know by the flip side where this one is over here. So I have these 3, and this one will be equivalent to the rest of them. Because all I need to do is match up with any of these. Just one extra dot. I wanted to do something on planets. I don't know if I'm going to do it in this video. I'm a little tired. You know what? I like to get all these things done perfect. What I want to match up with, I don't have it down here. I want to match up with, wow, this lighting is just terrible, horrendous, right? I want to match up, how can I say it? You know, the element scale, the elements. I want to match up the elements of the planets and connect them by obligation. I want to connect planet 1 with planet 9. I want to connect planet 4 with planet 6. I want to connect planet 7 with planet 3. Each addition will calculate 10, 10, 10. I want to connect planet 2 with planet 4. I want to connect planet 1 with planet 5. I want to connect planet 8 with planet 6. Has anybody figured out what I was doing? 1 and 4 equals planet 5. Can I make another planet 5? Yeah. 8 and 6 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. That's how I want to connect everything. And by connecting it that way and using the element scale, I will be building some kind of, what do you call it? Anyways, they'll be making science on their own. And I use 147 because we have 1 month, which is February. It happens for 3 years, and then we get a leap year. And it's 28 days different from the 12 months. I use number 4 because there's 4 months of 30 days in the year. 4 months of 30 days. April, June, September, November. April, June, September, November. And then there are 7 months of 31 days. So the 7 months of 31 days, when you multiply 7 by 31, it equals to 217. Remember, we have to build an equation from things that we were given, the simple things the youngsters would learn. Everybody that's young, when you're growing up, we should learn these things right away. And we do learn these things right away, but we don't really know what to do with them other than for mathematics, but not for calculating truth of a definition of something. Where was I? I get into something, where was I? So yeah, so I just like to use what is given to me. That's all. Are there any other places where there's 7? Well, if you want to talk about 147, well, we're going to say 4 and 3 equals to the 7. Or we're going to say the 5 and 2 equals to the 7. And now we can say the 5th and the 2nd planet. We're going to put them together. We're going to go to the element scale and see what concoction they're going to build that includes something to do with Uranus. Since we have 4 and 3 that come together, what is the reverse of 4 and 3? It's 4 and 9. 4 and 9 is 13. 1 is 3 is 4. 4 and 3 is 7. 7 and 4 come together. Jesus, time on the cross, the cycle of Saturn. Why does it say it? Because those words have the numeric value of 74. And let's do a calculation with number 74. 1776 divided by 74 equals 54. 24, the 24 hours of day. But in a mirror, it's 54, reflecting the sun. 24 in a mirror reflects the numeric value for the sun. Where else do we get 7s and 4s? The thing is, in a year, we may have 6 months and 6 months, but we need to reconnect. Everything for me needs to be bobby pinned, reconnected. So I will go 7 months. I will go from December to June, and I will go from January to July. And when I will lock up the 2 months of JJ, the 10th letter and the 10th letter, 77, also a reflective of Christ. If the mind is going automatic, that connection is the moon and Christ. Moon because the numeric value for the letters, the M is the 13th letter, the O, and there are 2 of them, 15 and 15. Let's play tennis. The N is the 14th letter. The total is 57. 13 and 30 is 43, plus N 14 is 57. By the way, DC, 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 DC is all about, have you ever heard of Yeshua? 777, it is the way. Well, that way is through the numeric calculation, in which equals to the value of the 13 times 28 cycles of the moon. Who follows what calendars? If you want to go to astrology or the zodiac, you can be looking at those automatic yearly and monthly codes. When the code falls into Libra and it's the year of the dog, every single nation that's following the same code will know exactly what the other nation is going to be doing. And everybody works together with the codes of the constellations in the zodiac, whether they work off Greek astrology or Chinese zodiac, whether they work whichever way they want to work. For me, it's one big code, always changing for every month that goes on by, for every day of the year. It's an automatic code just because of the day it is. Remember, in the month, there's not just 4 one time. There is the 4th day, there is the 13th day, there is the 22nd day, there is the 31st day. There are 4 4s in a month, 1 and 3 4. 2 and 2 4, 3 and 1 4. That's how we get our 4s together. We count everything. Level 1 and level 2 and level 3 and level 4. Counting up and counting down. What you think is 1 is also 4 in these months. If I count down 31 down to 1, the 1 will be the 4th as it is the 1st. 1 and 4 come together. In the months of 30 days, there are 4 times plus there are 2 extra days in the month. So that's going to be an equation in itself. It talks about, because of the calculation, 7 times 4. So automatically, well, all the months calculate that. In a 31-day month, we get 4 times 7 plus 3. And in a 30-day month, we get 4 times 7 plus 2. Number 2 and 3, 23 come together. And in the 28-day month, we get 0, 3 times. But in the year in the leap year, we get a 1. We get 4 by 7 plus 1, and that is February. 4 by 7 plus 2. 4 by 7 plus 3. So when we do it this way, 4 times 7 equals 28 plus 2 equals 30. This is times 4. So this one is 80 and 32 equals 112. And this and 8 equals to 120. So that would be 30 times 4. This is the calculation. So this calculation is going to represent for me Mars. And it represents Mars because when you're adding 1 through 15, it equals to 120. And this is where pool comes in, and it tells me that there's a seventh gate at the 7, and there's another one at the 9, and the divider is your 8. They are both the same. According to the 8, they're both 1 away. Is that the way we're going to look at it? But according to colors, see, the 7 and the 15 are the same. One is a straight, one is a solid, except the 7 is closest to 8, and the 9 is closest to 8. There has to be a reason that these two are closest to 8. Why didn't they put the 15 if they were going backwards? Why didn't they put that next to 8? 8, 1 and 5 is 6, the house planet. And what's in the house planet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inside the house planet. Sorry, we're not going to count 9 and 6 in between 9 and 6. 9 and 6, this design over here. In fact, let me make the design a little bit better. Here is the percentage sign. Here is the 6. Here is the 9. That's your percentage sign. And you see how the 8 is divided in between. I'm not sure if you saw this design the other day. And there's your 9 and 6. See that big funny looking X now separating the two, and the design will eventually get a little bit larger, but we can't. Can we create the ace out of this? I don't know. We're not going to get into that. So we understood this part of the pool. So we're going to get to the 31 days. So we have 4 by 7, okay, equals 28, and then it's plus 3 equals to 31 times 7 equals to 210, okay, and 7. And one of the reasons I do this, you notice the way this is 120 and this is 210. This one I added together. This one I did not as of yet. I'm just going to just show you one thing. 210, okay, I just used the 30. This represents the birth. It also represents the moon cycle and the cube. The reason for that is all zeros equal 6. 9 times 24 equals to 2160. This is the diameter of the moon. It is also 1.5 times 1440, which is the minutes in the day, and 1.5 multiplication is what you get in the game of blackjack when you get a blackjack, and it also represents Mars and part-time for Earth, because anything to do with 15 seconds is already 1/4 of time, and Earth's numeric value is 1/4. So we end up, I don't know if I made this too complicated. Okay, so I am going to do it the better way. I'm going to go 7 times 3 is 21, and that is the cube. And I'm going to go 7 by 28 is 140 and 56. The sun birth student. The sun birth student. Why do I say this? Because this one will eventually bring in the number 29. That is your birth. 1 out of every 4 years. 1 out of every 4 years, eh? 1 out of every 4 years. This is the numeric value that will bring in the passage, the foxhole in the sun. This one over here. So this will be a total of 196 and 21 equaling to 217. The gateway in the cube, 217. So what was this calculation? We have 217 and we have 120. By the way, when you add up 1 through 20, it equals to 210. When you add up 1 to 15, it equals to 120. The difference is 90. 2 through 13 equals to 90. The difference is 90 between the two, between 15 and 20. This one would be counted more like darts. So if you're counting this one more like darts, number 210, you're going to have to think of the moon. and Mars. Green and red come together in this because of the heart center is 50 points and 25 points surrounding, equaling to 75. That is the numeric value for the moon and electric company, eventually recreating 57. 5 times 7 equals 35. 5 plus 7 equals 12. We now have time. Jesus on the cross, and that's the numeric value for one moon. Two moons would be 114, 57, and 57. You can also use the word moons and add an S to it, but I want to do it this way. Here, what you think you see is 114, but 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. You have 15, telling me about Mars, but because there's a 10 over here, all 10s, all zeros equal 6, this will now equal to 75. And it will reflect again back to time. And this also reflects DC. It's reflecting DC because it is 3/4 of something. And 3/4 of something are the letters DC. Cold and hot. Hot gets red. Cold gets blue. Together, they create purple. Purple is number 88, and now Pegasus in the cubed world. Same numeric value. Just before I end this video, I'm going to go read some of the stuff. 66, Corona. 36 and 13 equals to 49. Anyways, I don't want to get into that. I wasn't prepared for it. I don't even know where I was going with that. I want to read the comments. Let me read the comments. Okay, you know what? I'm so specific when somebody asks me questions that I sometimes can't even understand unless I create my own scenario, and I don't know if that's the scenario. 1 cube, 1 I. I love it, 100%. 1 cube, 21. 2 cubes, 42. So now number 24, number 42. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 6 and 8. 1984. I just want to go back to 1984. That is the difference between day and night and area space. Pluto and okay, one dice. Yes, one dice. We have to remember that even when there is one dice, there's going to be one side down, one side up, and 4 around. So this would be 6, 10, and the downside would be 1. 6, 10, downside. And why do I say 10? Because even if you add 14, if this 6 or this 1 is not up, okay, then you can add more. This 6 and this 1 will be 7. They count because the reflective scenario to see through it is the only 7. So every dice will have a maximum side of reflective 7 or 5. So it'll be 7, 5, 5, this dice cube. And I like the thing with the 1 eye. So 1 eye, if you're seen with the 1 dot in your eye, you have 20 vision. This tells me I have 20 vision. If you just want to add the singular dots that are left on this dice, it's 20 with 1 vision and 1 vision. And you can see that. It's very interesting because the picture cards, the king of diamonds has 1 eye, so we'll give him 21. But he has 1 eye up and 1 eye down. If you have all 4 eyes, 2 up and 2 down, you're always going to have a mirror in the cards, and that would be 84. So all the queens are representing area space, Pluto, Sun, Phi. The queens are representing Phi. There are the jacks. There are 2 jacks with 2 eyes, and there's 2 jacks with 1 eye. So the 1 eye jacks will be 21
and the 2 jacks will be 42. So 21 will create EE. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will be 2 and 3. So that is the 5th letter, or BC, before the Christ. What is after the Christ? C and E? Is it C and E? That's 11 craps, C and E. I'm just trying to put things together. I'm not really sure, and I'm never really sure where I'm going. Let me continue. What's your take on the dice? Yes, one game using one die. I'd have to look into that. That's really interesting. Yes, absolutely. 7 months, 31 days. That's, yes, 7 months, 31 days is Jesus. 137. That's Jesus. Because 1 and 3 creates 4. And 7 times 13 is 91. And when you add 1 through 13, it equals to 91. Those are all the cards in the suit. You know the cards in the suit. If you add 1 through 9, it equals to 45. But if you add 1 and 9, it equals to 10. The 10th one, add on to the 45, is now 55. And you get that freedom in the 10 when you add the 10. So 9 and 1 gives you 10. 2 and 8 gives you 10. 3 and 7 gives you 10. They all give you different kinds of 10s. But only the 4 and 6 and the 5 and 5 will start telling you a story with these dice cubes. And as in the deck of cards, we all know that if you look at the 8 card, well, we're not going to look at the diamonds. If you look at the 8 card, you got 5 hearts bubbles up, and you got 3 heart bubbles down. 5 and 3. 5 and 3. 2 and 1. 2 up, 1 down. 1 up, 1 down. I look at simple things like that to give me an idea of what to do. I still want to go on to the Greek astrology. I still want to connect the zodiacs. I want to see the differences as to what would they be saying, similar or different, or that would be just a code. The planets, again, the planets. What are the planets doing together, creating on the element scale? 27 to 31, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. These two and these two. 15 and a half by 5. 77.5. Is that what it is? 27 plus 28 plus 29 plus 30 plus 31. 145? Is that what it is? Is that what I said? That's very interesting, because after a certain number, we should be counting our months. If we were counting by 28 days, we'd be counting, no. We need to count a certain number of days to continue every single month, and that would be 35. And one of the reasons I chose 35 is because 28 is the cycle, and then add on 1/8 of that cycle, and that's 35 days. Sorry, 1/4 if you're basing it on 7 days and not 3.5 days, because the real count is 3.5. The house planet is based on 420. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2. The house planet is recreated by taking away Route 66 and transferring it to Highway 80. 0 equals 6 makes it 86. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. And that's your house planet. So that's how it was. For me, that's the way I'd like to look at it. Also, in roulette, everything is based on 35 to 1 is the payout for straight on a number. 3 and 5 is 8. 17 to 1 for 2 numbers. 1 and 7 is 8. 8 to 1 for 4 numbers. So all these games and all these situations are always telling me what we should do. So we have to, in order to make the days back in cycle, we have to take the 32nd day and call it, let's say, June 1st. And the 33rd day would be June 2nd, and the 34th day would be June 3rd, and the 35th day would be June 5th, and so on and so forth. And we keep overlapping cycles, just like they count by 3.5s to get 8 times 3.5 equals to 28. There's a ton of things I probably did. I don't even know if I did anything. We went April, June, September, jazz, I wanted to also go over learning the difference, trying to find out if it's a female or male word, and trying to find out the difference between right and wrong. What is the numeric value? How many letters? Don't forget, there's syllables, there's the number of letters, and there's the color of the letter. I like to go by according to roulette. I use the first 26 numbers to tell me whether it's red or if it's black, because that's what the colors of the roulette. Or I might decide, okay, I haven't set up a system yet, to start at number 36 and call the 36 number number 1. And 3 and 6 is 9. So it's just like saying, instead of starting at 1, we're going to start at 36. Instead of calling A1, we'll call A36. So I like to try different realities. In fact, you have to try all the realities, because I didn't create this planet. And I take from all creation through games and through scenarios in games, rules and regulations on what we're allowed to do when we recreate what they've created. And that's how they created the games, because most games come from something that already has taken place in some other league of fashion. The word no is part of pi, no or on. The right foot and the left foot, 5 and 5. Anyways, I'm a bit tired. I'm not really sure where to go with this. I'm going to read the rest of the comments. Very cool, mister. We want more boxing videos. That was very cool. 16, 37, 47, 57, 64. Your word pushes 64. Zion, Israel, 64, 64. Number 64 is 2 times 23. Number 46 is 2 times 23. 0 is number 64. Zion is number 64. And inside Zion, the Z and the N are actually talking about Union Jack. And it's also talking about A, B, C, D. There's a lot of things that are going on with 6 and 4. 4 is 1.5 times 4 equals to 6. 6 is 2/3. So first you're going 1.5 times, and then you're going back to 2/3 to reduce 6 over to 4. What happens? How do we get over to 6? And the 6 is the halfway life of the one spirit. The divide, 333, pig's pregnancy. Anyways, let me read down to the bottom. Okay, when you say 11, 2 to 11 or 2 and 11, or 2 and 1 and 1 and 2? It's not 1, it's 2. It's either 1 or it's 2. I mean, everybody has their own way of looking at things, but here's 1 and here's 2. Here's 1 by 1, here's 2 by 2. You can't do it any other way. The other way for this is this. And this is where the half-life of 6 comes in. That's the only way to get the 6 in, is to do that. And maybe we should play some baseball on the gridiron. Baseball on the gridiron. Did you know that there's 4 balls, 3 strikes, 2BS1. 2BS1, they're Pythagorean single-digit count. But in baseball, 5 and 6. 5, 3 balls, 2 strikes. So the 5 is the action pitch. After 5, we come to the action pitch. 6 is the result. We never get to number 7. Number 7 is only the possibilities of 4 balls and 3 strikes. But either we're going to get 4 balls and we're going to get 2 strikes and we're going to go to first, or we're going to get 3 balls and 3 strikes and we're out. That's what happens. Let me finish reading off we need some cameramen for sure. That's for sure. Very unprofessional, not fun to watch. And I know myself it's not fun to watch because I'm watching it. I see what's going on. So even when you end the month at 31, you're actually ending the month 3 and 1 is 4. So you're actually ending the month on 4. You're either ending the month on 3 or you're ending the month on 4. DC again comes into the picture, 30 or 31. Or you ended on 1 with February or 2 in the leap year. So it's 3, 4, but February will bring it to 1 or 2. So it'll be 134, 134, 134, and then it'll be 234. In the leap year, it becomes our vibration 234. Okay, that I have to understand. I know all our moon. I know our months are not the same in the Hebrew as they are in the what's it called. But the actual leap is 27 from 26 before 28. I think I understand that in my way. Yeah, you're not leaping on the 28th. You're leaping like from the 26th or the 27th. The letter Z. You begin leaping from the letter Z. But if you go off the board, you're going off the board to number 27, and you're reconnecting 6 days and 1 day, and 6 days and 1 day is 14, and 6 days is 20, and 1 day is 21, and 6 days is 27, and then 1 day is 28, and then 6 days. We can do it that way, or we can do 1 day in 3 days and 1 day in 3 days. If we do 1 and 3, it becomes the moon cycle. And I'll do it by 13 and 31. 13 plus 31 plus 13 equals 57. 31 plus 13 plus 31 is 75. 57, 75, or 77 times 75, equaling to 53. Again, another number that will recreate number 23. 77 times 75. Did I get that right? 77 times 75 equals 5775. And that'll be the DC moon. Yeah, I can say a lot of things about it. We all chose to come here according to the greater understanding of the numbers. I'm not sure who's going to agree with me. Right, very good. So what do you call? You call 1 die or 2 dice. So die equals to 13 equals to 18. But die is actually 4 and 14 equals to 18. And dice is 4 and 18, 21. Dice is 21. And die is 18. 18 and 21, the same thing with the 7th inning stretch. And it's a split in creation. If you look at the, it's number 39. Die is 18, 1 and 8, 9. And dice is 21, 2 and 1, 3. 3 is, everybody is made up of 1 in between 2. And the way I like to look at 1 in between 2, give me something here. The way I like to look at it is like this. I think, is that the way it is? I'm not very good, but I look at it this way. This is how the ace works. It's up here. 2 and 3 are down here, the same way as the Olympics. And if I was to put a rotation inside, I'd put that in between here and keep turning it. Or this would be like this, and this would be the river, and now the ace would be down here. Now, if I took 2 of them and put them together, you would now get the X. So what is that trying to tell us? Yeah, it really and truthfully, if you want to look at it, the Y and the Z come together, and I did this many, many years ago
I don't know if I can do it the same way again. Boy, those pages go fast. So when the Y meets the Z, the Y looks 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. See, the bigger you make it, the more you can do to the design. So here's the Y, and I'm just trying to figure out how 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I don't do the letters the way they do it. They go like in the same box. You see the way I'm in the same box here? I have to calculate these angles. I don't know how that works. Here's the same box. This is this is a 2 by 2. And it's really impossible to do this 2 by 2 because the real 2 by 2 is that. That's 2 by 2. See, here's one area by 2. So this is 1 by 2. So if I was talking about number 12, this is what it is. If I was talking about number 22 would look like that. No, that's 2 by 3, 4 and 4. That's a total of 8. So I'm just trying to understand size and dimension and how letters. Anyways, this is the Z and the Y. I used to look at there's something different. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm just trying to wonder. Many years ago, I had a design. I was able to design, and it looked like the Y was taking, like taking a walk of some sort. It was like a train. But whatever it is, the angle, okay, of the Y shows me 3 different areas of breathing. And then you can also make the Y this way. And I always like to look at it as -1, +1. So when you -1 and you +1, where do you end up? You end up right here. You end up at 0. -1 goes here. +1 goes here. -2 down here, up here. Now I know the distance is greater, so maybe the shape of it was this. I don't know. Instead of it being like that, now I would have to have the square, and this would be the silver matrix Mercedes. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. It's getting hot in here. I can use a little bit of water. I'm not really sure where I got with this video. "21 on the die says 2 before 1, you dummies." That's funny. You have one die, you have one choice, and you have many, many situations. When you take all the situations and you mix some of the situations up. But wait a second, instead of situations, you're in science class, and your situations were the elements. And you took certain elements, certain situations. You took Pluto, plutonium, and you mixed it with Mercury, the 1st and the 9th planet. What else is the 1st and the 9th planet? 5 and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 6 and 4 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. So now we found out how we created 1, and now we have to find out those elements that created 1. What about 9? 1 and 8 is 9. 2 and 7 is 9. 3 and 6 is 9. 5 and 4 is 9. And the dice cube is telling me 6 dot 3 void. 4 dot 5 void. 1 dot 8 void. 3 dot 6 void. 5 dot 4 void. 4 dot 5 void. 2 dot 7 void. When you go up by 2, the 7 will go down by 2. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 drop 2 from 7. 2 and 2 is 4. Well, I was born in the year 0. So when I turned 1 year old on my birthday, I was actually 2 years old. And when I had my birthday, when I had my 2nd birthday, I was starting my 3rd year. Is that what you're talking about? I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, but the president right now apparently is the 46th president. Is that right? The actual presidents stopped at Grover Cleveland.
he was last. A complete new cycle began, and there were other cycles also, other people know. But this is the basic cycle where Grover Cleveland was counted twice as the 22nd president and the 24th president. The 24th creating the planet House, and the 22nd creating area space of phi. Area space of phi. That's pretty cool. I just must lock. Okay. What do you think changed that day perspective? Which day? What do you think changed? What do you think changed that day perspective? Which day? The back with Grover Cleveland? Oh yes, lives. How many lives do we get? It's another story. I can't answer the question because I don't really understand it. What do you think changed? When, where? My head is all over the place. I'm really thirsty. Write it out. I'll get something to drink before we end this. Not really even sure what we did in the video now. I'm like a little blank. I should start to prepare things. I know there's so many things that we're missing right now. I don't want to give any excuses for myself, but I'm just building all the equations, all the possibilities. I mean, even Messer, even the what do you call it? The way you do it. I have to learn that a little bit more. That makes that creates a broader. How can I say it? It creates a musical story to it. It's big. It's big, and I'm not ready for that. It's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of work. Maybe I'm just hot right now. I don't know, but I got to do it anyways. I got to do it that way. Forever and ever, one life. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, you know what? I believe we're not really just here. I believe we're in other places right now on the same digital, what's it called? But we can't live all these lives together. But we will learn about, we have to balance somewhere. Another thing is, I believe, do you remember the Matrix when they were all in these pods? I can see it being done. I also can see underneath this planet or inside this planet, there's people that have never seen the light before. For entertainment purposes only, for never and ever. What do you think changed that day perspective? I don't know which day. Send me another message. I got to end this really thirsty. Ciao. Thanks everybody for being here. Wait a second. The shortest month is the leap, and the most people think the leap is the 29 and beyond 28, but it is not the actual leap. Okay, I have to see more into that. I mean, when you get onto a bridge, number 17 is a bridge. We stand on 17. So are we standing on the other side of the bridge? And for those who know walkways, you're crossing over a bridge and you need the walkway to walk on the side, and it holds up the railing. And that's the way I look at number 17, holding up the railing on the side of the road right over here. See that angle here? A strong angle, 17. The day when you were one, but became two. As a person, as an age, you have to write to me. I'm really hot. I'm going to get a drink. You're going to have to explain it. I'm a little lost. The day you were one, you were two. The day was one. Oh yes, I was two for sure. I had 2 eyes, 2 feet. I thought of 2 things. I had the body and I had the mind. I had at least my mother. I don't know exactly what it is. I would like to know. One body, one mind equals one. Ciao. A very good question. I'm going to think. anything that is written down in Bibles or scriptures, wherever it's written down, whatever it is, doesn't matter if it's machinery, a tractor, what you do with it. Everything is a piece of the puzzle for something else. And we needed the Enigma machine to put everything in, all this information that we have on all levels. And we can have, what do you call it? Messers, the carpenters, what's it called? We can put that in there just easy. That's going to depict everything. We're going to take the planets and we take the element scale and we run the numbers the same way. I always want to create 1, 4, and 7 all the time. That's what I want to run everything off. 1, 4, and 7. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 and 1. 1 and 1 is 2. 1, 1, 1 is 3. 4 and 4 is 8. 4, 4, 4 is 3. 7 and 7 is 5. 7, 7, 7 is 3. So this all creates this. 2 and 2 is 4. 2, 2, and 2 will now create 6. 5 and 5 is 1. 5, 5, and 5 will now create 6. 8 and 8 will create 7. 8, 8, 8 will create 6. So we've understand how this whole thing. So now we have to go to the 4th level because it's 3 and then it's 4. We have to understand what our levels do. So now we have 4 by 1, 4. 4 by 4, 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 4 by 7, 28. 2 and 8 is 1. So everything multiplied by 4 comes back over here. Everything multiplied by 2 goes over here, and everything multiplied by 3 goes over here. Now we can do it this way. Multiply it by 2, it goes over here. Multiply it by 2, it goes over here. Multiply it by 2, it goes over here. Shifting and moving just by the numbers, because this thing was built for a reason this way, not just because it looks good. Raphael, thank you for watching. Oh, I like that. I like that. Yes, 1/2. 1/2. But 1/2 is also represented by the number 5 and the number 3. 30 seconds, 30 minutes is half of the minute or half of the hour. But there's a 0 with it. So because there's a 0 with it, I'm now going to take what is 3 and bring it into 9. I'm now going to take what is 5, bring it into 2. We have number 29 or 92, the yellow soul. I just can't get away with it. Sometimes I think about putting 5 with it, 5 or 6 for 0. And I really haven't really worked on what works more. But I know 1, 2, 3, 4 is 10, and that's one section. 1, 2, 3 equals to 6, and that's another section. And it's all about just calculating, writing it down, and see what you come up with. But for me, this computer science was created way before, because our alphabet and numbers and words would never be talking to us this way. It's crazy. Wow. So we didn't start at 1 and 2. We started at what? 3? No, 3 is the creation. I mean, we don't start until 9. 9 and 3. 9 is your birth. 3 is creation. 9 and 3 from your mother and father. So you started from somewhere else. So you get 9 and 3 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3 again. Your birth. 9 for your birth. 9 and 1 is 10 plus 3 if you're a male. Just 9 and 3 if you're a female. I'm thinking about it. Anyways, that's really cool. There's more to that. I got to write that down. Thank you, Sir Messer, for showing up here.